myself Juveria Siddiqa, lecturer in zoology, Department of Zoology, MVS Government Degree College, Mahbub Nagar. In this session, I am going to discuss about the continued part of the endocrine system or the endocrinology, which is the topic from the physiology. Already I make the 2 videos before this. If you want to go through it, you have to check it once for my another videos. And this is the third part of the endocrine system. In the previous video I have discussed about that whatever the definition for the glands and what are different types of the glands which are present in the body of individuals, like the exocrine glands and endocrine glands. And in the endocrinology is nothing but the study of endocrine glands also. So as we know, the different types of the endocrine glands, like the pituitary glands, hypothalamus gland, and thyroid gland, parathyroid, and adrenal glands, and gonads are also placed as a glands, which again the secrete some of the secretory materials are in the form of the hormones. Hormones plays the major role in the body of individuals, which carry the different types of the signals from the one place to the another place to show the response at the target organ. So this is the some of the brief introduction about that what is the glands and what is the endocrinology and what are the different types of the glands. And in the previous classes we discussed about the definition for the glands and the classification, and this is the list of the glands again: hypothalamus, pineal gland, pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid. So these are the some of the glands which plays a major role in the their performance, and that depend on the necessity of the body of individuals. And like hypothalamus, it is present in the anterior region. It is useful for the emotions, feedings, and our behavior for the thirst. If you feel the thirst, that is about the water balance in the individual's body. If the individual body needs the water, it demands for the water, then a person should feel the thirst. And it also controls the hormones which affect the or which are produced from the anterior and the posterior pituitary of the pituitary glands. And again, the some of the hormones which are releases from the hypothalamus, which are in the stimulatory function, they act as like the stimulatory function. Those are like thyrotropin releasing hormone, corticotropin releasing hormone, gonadotropin releasing hormone, and growth hormone releasing hormone. So it is the stimulate the different hormones of the pituitary gland to show the performance of the pituitary gland. So at the same time as the releasing hormones are work, at the same time the inhibitory hormones are also work upon the to inhibit the response, to stop the response which are the carried out by this hypothalamus. And then after the hypothalamus, the next gland is about the pituitary gland. It is also called as like master gland, as everybody know. This master gland means it controls the another hormones, as the size is very much less, but the function of this hormone is superior than the other hormones. So it is called as the master gland. It is present at the anterior lateral position of the brain, at the brain, or at the where it is present. If we say about the perfect location, it is present in the disc of the sphenoid bone, where the hypothalamus is present. It is hanged below the hypothalamus with a cord or with a duct, that is called as the duct of the pituitary, or a strand like structure which attach with this what we can say that the pituitary tract or pituitary tract. And it is present in the disc form of a safe side or safety bone, that is the sphenoid bone, which is present, or perfectly if you want to tell, that is the hypophyseal region of the hypothalamus, below the region of hypothalamus. And after that we go through with the thyroid gland. And what is the thyroid gland? It is like a butterfly gland. It is present in that on the neck region or the trachea region, where it is present at the tracheal lateral region. At the trachea region, it is present at the trachea lateral region. In the butterfly shape, it is a bilobed structure. As we can see in this picture, the thyroid gland is a bilobed structure. It looks like as a butterfly, and it is present at the neck region. It surrounds the trachea. It surrounds the tracheal rings are the trachea rings, and on that or upon the thyroid gland, the another gland that is called as the parathyroid gland is present. Four, that is the dot like structures, or we can see the four spots which are present on the thyroid gland. Those glands are called as the parathyroid gland. And see the hormones from the thyroid, that is the T3 hormone, that is the triiodothyronine, T4 gland, that is the thyroid gland, and the calcitonin. It controls the calcium level in the blood. It reduces the calcium level in the blood. And then about the parathyroid gland, again the location, it is present at the neck region. On the there are four small parathyroid glands which are present on the lobes of the thyroid glands. Bilobed structure, these are the spherical in shape and measures about the 0.3 to 0.6 centimeter long. It means it is a structure. If we talk about the size or the measurement of these of the parathyroid gland, those are the very much small in size. If we see the measurement about these glands, there are four glands which are present on the bilobed or the two lobes or the two sides of the thyroid glands. And about the weight, it weight about the 25 milligrams. See, in this picture I already explained in the last video, but once again I'm just giving a review section about this whatever we discussed in the last classes. So this is about the thyroid gland which is present or surround about the trachea, that is the tracheal ring, and on that thyroid gland, this four red color dot like structure are the four parathyroid glands are present. This is a perfect location of the parathyroid gland at the tracheal region, or what we can say, it surrounds or it presents at the thoracic ring, first thoracic ring and the tracheal rings, 5th, 6th, 7th and 9th tracheal rings, it present on that surfaces. And one more thing, that is before or the anterior region of the thyroid gland, the another cartilage bone is present, that is called as the thyroid cartilage, or it is also called as like Adam's apple. If you see in the secondary growth of the boys, or the some of the boys which are the in the secondary growth structure, at the neck region a bone is enlarged or it comes out, look like as a ridge or the star, what we can say, the sharp structure, sharp ridge like structure, that is nothing but the thyroid cartilage itself. It is called as like Adam's apple. Commonly it is called as like Adam's apple. And what are the secretions regarding to the parathormone? The secretions from the parathormone, those are like the parathyroid hormone, and it increases the calcium level, where the thyroid decreases the calcium level in the blood, or it reduces the about the calcitonin. If we talk about the calcitonin is a hormone which reduces the blood calcium level into the blood, whereas the parathormone is a hormone which increases the calcium level into the blood. If a person deficient with the calcium level, in the sense there may be a reduction into the parathormone, and these are the again responsible for the growth of bones. The calcium is very much important for the metabolism of the bone synthesis, or the synthesis of the osteoblast cells. Osteocytes are nothing but the bone formation cells. The metabolism, or the whatever the cascade is there in the process of the formation of the bone, that could be maintained by the presence of calcium. So here calcium plays a major role in the process of the development of a bone. So it maintains the body calcium level. Parathormone is a hormone which maintains the body calcium level. And then adrenal gland. Now in this session we are going to discuss about detailed content about the remaining glands, or the remaining endocrine glands. Those are like adrenal gland. It is also called as like the suprarenal glands. Suprarenal, in the sense we know supra means above, renals is regarding to the kidney. These are the glands which are present at the above surface of the kidney. So that's why it is called as the suprarenal gland, and it is present at the pair, as the kidneys are also present in the pair. So these are also present in a pair. The suprarenal glands or the adrenal glands, these are also present in a pair. And next, if you see the position or the location where it is present, one situated on the upper pole of the each kidney, and whatever the length is about the 4 centimeter long, or the 4 centimeter long, and around the thickness, what is the thickness? 3 centimeter the thickness is there. And see, if we see in this diagram, clearly we can understand how and what the structure of the adrenal glands. These are the pair of kidneys, right kidney, and let me tell you, okay, we'll pick up this. This is the right kidney and this is the left kidney. And see, whatever this yellowish color region starting from here to here, I want to just show you. So these are the yellowish or tissue what we are seeing in this picture. Those are the adrenal glands. Those are the suprarenal glands, yellowish tissue which is present. And if you see the location, you can easily understand where it is present. It is present at the anterior. This is the anterior and above surface of the kidneys. That's why it is called as the suprarenal. Means it is present at the above of the kidney. Present the location. The location, if we talk about the location, these are the somewhat triangular like structures. These are present on the above surface of the kidneys. That's why it is called as the suprarenal glands. And it is present in a pair, as the kidneys are also present in the pair. So these glands, the suprarenal glands, are also present into the pair. Right kidney, right adrenal gland, left side, left adrenal gland. And if we talk about the anatomy of this, it is consist of like outer cortex region. See, the gland is composed of two parts which have the different structures and function. As we know, the outer part is called as the cortex. Here it is like a tissue. See, in this adrenal gland, like it is attached to the kidney. So if we talk about the kidney internal structure or the anatomy of a kidney, we can see again the peripheral region or the outer region in the kidney, and at the same time the inner region or the central region. We can call it as like a central region. So it is similar as a kidney. The structure, it is also consist of a outer region or the outer part, that is the cortex region. The inner part, it is called as the medulla region. See, whatever the outer, if we see the LS or we cut into the transverse section, we can see this outer region is called as the cortical region and inner region is called as the medulla region. Suppose this is the inner region or the medulla region, whereas this outer region is called as the cortex region. And if we take the TS of the kidney, it is also show these like the similarities. It is also consist of the outer region which is the peripheral or the cortical region, inner medulla or the medulla region which is present at the innermost surface. And whatever the secretions of the hormones or what are the secretions regarding to the adrenal gland. So see, as we know, it is consist of two partitions. So what are the glands which are secrete from the cortex region? Now we are going to discuss about the cortex region. What is the glands which are released only from the cortex region? That region is called as again adrenal cortex. See, if we take this one by one, glucocorticoids, mineralocorticoids and the sex hormone. These three, whatever the list out here, these three hormones are the secrete from the cortical region. What are the function of the glucocorticoids? In the name itself, a person can easily understand the what the function of this glucocorticoids means. These are the corticoids which regulate the metabolism process of the glucose. It maintains the regulation and the metabolism of the glucose. That is why it is called as the glucocorticoids. These are the corticoids, these are the hormones, these are the secretions from the cortical region of the adrenal gland. It maintain or the regulate the metabolism of the glucose. And mineralocorticoids like aldosterone, it maintains the minerals in the body of individuals. It is the responsible for maintain the electrolyte, means ion particles, whatever the charge particles are there, whatever the minerals are there which is necessary for the individuals, that mineral balance, that water balance, that what we can say, the amount which are the necessary for the maintenance and the metabolism and the regulation of the individuals, that type of mineralocorticoids, we can take the example for this. Those are the aldosterone. It could be secreted from the adrenal cortex. And next one, that is the sex hormone. Those are the androgens in the male, which show the which are the responsible for the improvement of the androgyny into the males, the male characters. It shows the it is responsible for the maleness into the male individuals, and it also plays the role into the reproductive system also by the synthesis or the by the process of the sperm or the spermatogenesis. So see, what are the hormones which are secreted from the adrenal cortex, like the glucocorticoids, mineralocorticoids and the sex hormone. And next, if you see about the medulla, what is the medulla structure? Again, it is like a adrenaline. These are the hormone which is secreted from the medullary region. That is the adrenaline. It also called as the epinephrine. Adrenaline or epinephrine, noradrenaline or norepinephrine, two hormones which are secreted from the medulla region. Whereas we discuss about the three types of the hormone which are secreted from the cortical region, and after that cortical region hormone we have to another two types of the hormones. Those are like the adrenaline and the noradrenaline, and this also called as like the fight or flight hormones. It also called as the stress hormones. These are the stress hormones which will be secreted at the time of the stress, at the time of the tension, when a excitement, when a person is go through with any type of the stress, or if a person is come to the attach with any type of the excitement, then such type of hormones are released. That's why it is called as the stress hormones or the fight or flight hormones or emotion hormones. Whatever we, these are the some of the common names for this adrenaline and the noradrenaline or epinephrine or the norepinephrine. And next, functions. If you see the functions, these are the responsible for the increases heart rate, and then it also responsible for the increase in the blood pressure, increase in the metabolic rate, and dilating pupils. That means in the sense of the retina, when a light comes, it show the response to the light. When we opens our light, when we opens our eyes, means if it is go through with the response with the light, then the pupils will be expand, or in the dark region it shows the response to the light. The pupil movement is show the responsible to the light. And next, endocrine activity. What is the endocrine activity? What are the necessity if it is deficient, or what may be the disorders regarding to the adrenal cortex or adrenal hormones? If they are not functioning in the proper manner, then such type of disorders may be lead. What is that? See, hyposecretions. See, one more thing before going to detail about this, I just want to tell about the one thing, that any hormone in the individual, if it may be secrete in the high quantity, that also leads the disorders or hyper disorders. If they are not producing that much of quantity, means it is secreting in the low proportions, then that time also a person is go through with, or it has to suffer with the some type of disorders. So here, hyposecretion. what happened if adrenal hormones are secreted into the low quantity? What are the scenario? What is the condition if a secretion of adrenal hormones will be less? Addison's disease. I think each and everybody is familiar with this Addison's disease. This Addison disease is caused by the low secretions or the hyposecretion of adrenal hormones. Like glucocorticoids deficiency, it is called as the deficiency of a person become highly susceptible to the disease and deteriorating effect of the stress. It is the regarding to the stress. And another one is called as the Cushing's disease, where a person body like the cushion or it become the spongy, it seems to the full of edema, means swelling is there in the individual's body. So that's why this disease is also called as the Cushing's syndrome. Like mobilization of fats from the lower body to the thoracic and upper abdominal region, giving rise to the buffalo torso. It is look like as the fat, the increase or the accumulation of the fats will be take place in the tissues in the body of individual. What happened here, the fat will be accumulating and it would be move from the lower region to the upper region, or from the lower abdominal region or the lower region of the individuals to it moves slowly to the thoracic region, and a person become like a so much of fatty like a buffalo torso. And then after that, pancreas, the next gland after the adrenal glands. If we talk about the adrenal glands, that after that is the pancreas. Pancreas is also plays a major role in the endocrine system. It also act as the exocrine function. At the same time, it also interfere into the endocrine system. What is the structure of pancreas? First of all, here some of the it controls the centers for blood glucose. See, each and everybody show, and now in nowadays we are familiar with that. So and so person is affected with sugar disease. And what is the sugar disease? The sugar disease is nothing but the low secretion or the hyposecretion of insulin only, which maintain the sugar level in the body of individuals. So that could be happens by the hyposecretion of this insulin, which is secreted from this pancreas. Okay, now see in this diagram, maybe it is not that much of clear, but I'll try to explain you. In the pancreas, the different types of the cells will be releases, like alpha cells and the beta cells. These are the alpha cells are the glucagon producing cells. These cells produce the glucagon. And beta cells, these are the beta cells. These cells are responsible for the synthesis of insulin, and this area is called as the pancreatic islets of Langerhans. This is the area where alpha cells, see here, whatever the bluish colored dots are there, those are like insulin, and then whatever the red colored dots what we are seeing here, I think these are the dots. So these are all the regions or the cells which secrete the glucagons. In the pancreas, two types of the cells are present: alpha cells, beta cells, and the alpha cells and the beta cells. Alpha cells are again responsible for the synthesis of this glucagon. This is the responsible for the synthesis of glucagon, and then the beta cells are responsible for the synthesis of insulin. Another type of the cells, those are the delta cells. These are the delta cells which secrete the somatostatin, which are the responsible for the growth. Somatostatin hormone. And as just I told about that, pancreas also plays a major role into the exocrine function and the endocrine function. In the endocrine function, it secrete about the insulin and the glucagon. In the exocrine function, it secrete about the pancreatic acinar cells or the exocrine cells. So this is the region. See here, this all the region it shows about the exocrine function. And then gonads. After that is the gonads. As we know, the reproductive organs in the female is the ovaries and in the males is the testes. In the females, the ovaries is secrete the hormones like the estrogen and the progesterone, which are responsible for the pregnancy, and after the childbirth it is also useful for the milk production. And in the male, again the testosterone, which is useful for the spermatogenesis from the testes, the secretion from the testes, and the reproductive functions when we study about in the reproductive system. We discuss about this into the two types of the physiology, or the two sides of the physiology, like in the reproductive anatomy, at the same time in the endocrine system. Why? Because these gonads are also responsible for the production of some type of hormones. That's why we are dealing here with these gonads. In the females, those are like estrogen and the progesterone. In the males, like the testosterones. And after that, the pineal gland. It is suspended in the third ventricle from the diencephalon. Diencephalon is a part of the anterior brain region or the forebrain region, which is present in the ventral surface of the cerebral hemisphere, that is the diencephalon. Diencephalon has the cavity, it has that cavity that is called as the third ventricle. The cavity of the diencephalon is called as the third ventricle, and in the third ventricle the small gland is present. That gland is called as the pineal gland. The secretion from the pineal gland is that melatonin. It inhibits the early puberty and day and night cycles and timing of sleeps and the body temperature and the appetite. All the functions are take place by this pineal gland only. All the functions are take place, or all the functions are regulate. And after that is the thymus. As I told, I explained about in the last video of the last session, that thymus gland is also we discussed in the immunology. That is the anatomical structure. From the thymus, the T cells will be formed. From the thymus, the immune cell, those are the T cells that is formed, which are responsible for the immune responses. At the same time, it also releases some type of hormones like the thymosins. That's why again we are dealing into this endocrine system, as the thymus gland is present at the thoracic region. Thoracic region of individual, the thymus gland is present, and it secretes the thymosin by the process of thymopoietins or the thymopoiesis. Influence the development of T lymphocytes. And then afterwards, functions are regulated by the endocrine system. What are the functions? It is like overall functions about that each and every hormone, like growth. It is responsible for the growth, as the growth hormones, which are the secretory hormones from the growth hormones. And then healing, by any injury is there, by the calcium, the cascade will be take place, like the extrinsic factor and the intrinsic factor, like the parathormone, and the which is responsible for the healing. And then water balance and blood pressure, like the hypothalamus. And calcium metabolism, again energy metabolism, stress hormone, adrenal hormone, like we discuss in the stress hormone about the suprarenal glands, like the adrenaline or the epinephrine, norepinephrine. These are the some of the examples regarding to the stress hormone. And then regulation of other endocrine organs. So this is the sum of the functions regarding to the endocrine system. And here this is about the location. If you can see in this picture, we can clearly see that where the location of the glands. See, first is about the pituitary gland, again at the below or the hypophyseal region of the hypothalamus, at the ventral surface of the cerebrum. And then pineal gland is also related to the brain itself. Thyroid gland at the neck region. Thymus gland at the thoracic region. Adrenal gland above the kidneys, testes and the ovaries. And here that is a list of See, this is the list. What are the glands? What are the hormones which are secreted from the each and every gland? What is the effect? Where it show it responses? What is the effects? See, first one is about pineal gland. It is secrete the melatonin, the color pigment. The dark people like African people, if you take the example, they may be the dark in color. So melatonin secretion will be the more, or it will be highly concentrated form of melatonin. It affect the reproductive development and the and daily physiological cycles like the morning wake up and the night sleep. That could be all biological cycles that could be maintained by this pineal gland. It act as like alarm of the body of individuals. And then pituitary gland. From the pituitary gland, what are the hormones like the growth hormone, antidiuretic hormone? This is the antidiuretic hormone and the gonadotropins hormone and growth hormones. It again functions like the growth of individuals, increase the reabsorption of water by the process of urine formation, and control the development of that ovaries and the testes by the gonadotropins. Thyroid gland, again the thyroxine, and adrenal gland from the adrenaline, which again prepares the body for emergencies. Any emergency situation, any sudden situations will occur, then the secretion of adrenal glands will be take place, like preparation of body for the emergencies, increase heart rate and depth of breathing, rise in the blood pressure, rise in the blood sugar, or the glucose level will be increased. So these are all the situations which come occur at the emergencies that could be regulated, that could be maintained by the adrenal gland. Then pancreas. From the pancreas, again the insulin and the glucagon. Just now I told about this. I explain about that. That is the maintenance of the glucagon by the glucocorticoids and the glucagon and the beta cells by the insulin. So this is the different functions regarding to the pancreas. And lastly, that is the ovaries and the testes. From the ovaries, that is the testosterone, from the ovaries, that is the estrogen and the progesterone. Estrogens are responsible for the ovulation, the formation of the eggs into the female body, whereas progesterone is responsible for the responsible for the milk production and giving the, it is also responsible for the female characters, development of the female secondary growth characters, whereas testes, it is also responsible for the secretion of testosterone and sperm production in the male and to express the secondary sexual characters. And lastly, that is about the thymus gland. It secretes the thymosin hormone, which promotes the production and the maturation of white blood cells, nothing but the T cells, or the lymphocytes, or the leukocyte cells. Lymphocyte cells are also a form of leukocyte cell. Leukocyte cells are nothing but the white blood cells, which are the warriors of the body. So in this module, we are complete with that endocrine system, and whatever the remaining parts is there, that could be completed in this session. I hope each and every thing it is now clear for you, and with this I am going to conclude. Thank you for listening.